Why, hello there. Welcome back to day 4 of the Christmas special. If y'all haven't done so already, make sure you go down below, like, subscribe, and leave a comment for your chance to win $100 at the end of the month. We're doing a $100 giveaway at the very end of the month. Going to be announced on Christmas. Winner will be picked on December 24th. All you have to do is comment on any one of the videos in the next 22 days, and your chance to win $100 will be entered into the giveaway. Without further ado, we're gonna get into the video here. All right, so we're back with a little bit of a different video today. We're gonna be ranking gym exercises on a tier list. I wanted to do one of these tier lists for a minute, so let's get straight into it. First off, we have cable pull back things. I forget what they're called. Very superior exercise, I'd say. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite, nor there are better movements to target, you know, your rear delts and also your traps, but I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. Not the best, but also not the worst. Barbell rows. Oh, I mean, honestly, what can I say about barbell rows? You could do overhand grip, underhand grip. I don't know why you would, but you could do mixed grip. But it is going to target your lats really well, and I personally find it does depend on the gym you go to, how long the bar is, your hand positioning on how well you are going to be hitting your lats, but overall, it's a very good workout. I don't see why you wouldn't include these into your back day, and for that we're going to be putting in an S tier today. Dumbbell shoulder press. This one I'm a little conflicted on. I'm only conflicted on this just because, as yes, it is a good workout, you are getting a lot of your front delt work from stuff like bench press, incline dumbbell press, or just any sort of dumbbell press. Any sort of pressing movement that's in front of you, you are already getting a good front delt activation. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. For that, honestly, I am gonna have to put it in B tier. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like that too much, but back squats. We have the back squats. Hands down, I don't even think I really have to explain myself, but I will a little bit. If you're doing a leg day and you're not squatting, you're not getting your full leg day in. Squatting is the one exercise on squats that's going to target all of your muscle groups in your legs, including your calves sometimes too, but for sure it's going to be targeting your glutes, hams, and quads like no other machine does. And why would you do a inferior exercise compared to squats? For that, I'm going to put it in good old S tier. All right, next up we have calves. All right, and we have standing bicep curls. Standing bicep curls, I think they're, in my opinion, you do get a good pump out of it, but I feel like it's a pretty boring and just not the overall greatest workout to do. With the standard bicep curl, it's just a boring ass workout. If I'm doing bicep curls, I'm sitting there going, when the hell is this set gonna be done? Because I'm freaking this is a snooze fest. I'll be doing bicep curls, just sitting there going. For that, we're gonna get our first C tier there. Good old deadlifts. Now, for actual functionality, it would be in D tier. But if we're talking about ego lifting and lifting as much weight as you can and feeling like an absolute boss, it's an S tier. Now there is, like I've mentioned in my last video, there is more risk than there is reward. And if you're not wearing a belt, you don't have the proper form, you can really hurt yourself, you know, slip a disc, pull a muscle in your back. You know, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with deadlifting if you don't have the proper form. Honestly, for that, the risk to reward ratio isn't it for that. Honestly, gonna have to go into C tier. Hammer curls. Hammer curls, honestly, yes, it does work on your brachialis. I know there's a whole thing with Jeff Nippard, where he said bicep curl, like hammer curls aren't effective. Me personally, I stay away from hammer curls. I'll either do Zottman curls or some other variation of a bicep curl, but honestly, it's gonna be worse than deadlifts. The front squat. Now the front squat's gonna be very good if you are trying to target, your quads a little bit more. Me personally, I do feel like it's more uncomfortable. There is a lot of people who, feel like it is more comfortable, but same thing, you are getting the same benefits as you would a back squat. You're just targeting those quads a little bit more for that. Honestly, I'm going to put it high B tier. So we have incline barbell press. Incline barbell press, honestly, banger workout. You're going to charge the upper part of your chest. And who doesn't love a big round boob on them, right? Who doesn't love walking around knowing that you got bigger tits than half the girls in that mall, right? And this workout is going to achieve that. For that, honestly, I'm going to have to put it right under squats, just because there are better ways to do it. You could use dumbbells. You're going to get a better pump, and you are going to get better growth rather than using a barbell. Classic lat pull down. For this, I'm a little iffy on, just because the gym I go to, the back machines don't feel the best, but if you are going to a proper gym, you are going to feel this way better. And if we're just doing the classic, bar that looks like that, I'm gonna have to put this in B tier. But if we're talking about lat pull downs in general, where you can put on attachments such as, just regular cables, so then you can really get a nice squeeze into your back, it's gonna have to go A tier. So for overall lat pull downs, I'm gonna have to go A tier, and we're gonna put that right over face pulls. Dumbbell lateral raises. My favorite workout of all time. If you're trying to get absolutely snatched and look like a Dorito, even if you have the waist the size of Shaquille O'Neal, this is going to help you get that snatched look. They're a great workout. I know some of the machines you also do feel pretty good, but honestly, you got to throw it back to the OG days. You got to get them dumbbells in the mix. So we're going to have to put that in S tier, and we're going to put that right over the incline barbell press. I kind of brought up leg press as well when I was talking about the squats. Still a good exercise if you're trying to target all parts of your leg. The only problem I have with this is it does matter on your foot placement. So if your feet are pointed outwards, it's going to target a different muscle. If your feet were pointed, directly center, and same thing if they're pointed in, right? Still, not a terrible workout. Squats is just better. For this, I am going to have to put it in low A tier. Classic barbell bench press. All biases aside, this is really great for putting on strength, and evidently, yes, it is going to make your chest bigger, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to grow your chest as well as dumbbells would. And a lot of the times it is an ego lift, but I will say it feels great to hit a good bench, right? And to even have high numbers on the bench, just knowing that, if some 300-pound lady fell on you in the midst of a fire in an apartment and you need to pick her up because, she's dead or something, and you need to get her off and get the hell out of that building, it's good to know that you can just with ease, right? And get yourself to safety. Now, like I said before, this isn't going to be the best for growth. Although I do have a sweet love for it, and I'd love to put it at S tier. It's still going to go in S tier. It's just going to go lower down. We're going to have it in that second spot there. Cable chest flies. Now, I feel like this all depends on the person. You could get really good growth out of cable chest flies. I know a lot of guys who have, and then I also know a lot of guys who haven't. Overall, the pump feels great from cable chest flies if you are doing them properly, and you're not leaning over and completely putting, a crap ton of weight on that. If you're completely leaning over and you're not putting, a crap ton of swing and momentum into whenever you're pulling them, and you're pretty isolated with your chest and, contracting that bicep into that chest muscle. Honestly, great pump. Is it better than the incline barbell press? I'm gonna put yes, but not better than the lateral shoulder raises. Classic pull-ups. what do I even need to say about this? Classic back exercise. There's nothing wrong with it. Is it better than a lat pull down? Depends. For me, I prefer lat pull downs a little bit more, especially if you're on the bulk, you can't always lift up your weight. I'm going to put that right under the regular lat pull downs. Tricep extensions, it looks like here. There's a lot of problems that can happen, especially if, your shoulders do tend to click sometimes or anything of that nature. It's just a very risky move, in my opinion. But, man, I don't know. This is very risky. For that, I'm going to have to put it in low B tier. Overhead barbell press. Alright, and last but not least, we have tricep extensions on a rope. Now, little life hack for you. If y'all can't feel or get a full extension when using a normal tricep rope on tricep pushdowns, or pull downs, I should say, get 2 ropes, mix them together. You're going to have more range of motion. Feels great on the triceps. Honestly, this is a great, great workout. Nothing else I could say. I'm going to put these guys, a little bit above the barbell back row. Surprisingly, the highest one I put on here is squats. How ironic is that? But let me know what y'all think about my list. You love it or hate it? What would you rate it out of 10? If y'all want to do your own gym ranking list, you can go to tiermaker.com, do your own gym ranking, and send it to me on Instagram. Don't forget to go down below, like, subscribe, and comment to enter to win that $100 giveaway. Yeah, and without further ado, man, I'll see you tomorrow. If I get you, baby, then I'm here to stay right now. But I can't love no thought. Thought is a girl that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of a best friend ride. Trying to holla